Are we finally seeing a return and hope for the game of Yu-Gi-Oh? Make sure you guys smash the and crap out of that subscribe button so you guys don't miss out on more Oz content. So for those of you that have been underneath a rock for the last couple of hours here, the U.S. got the gold medal and Noah ended up bringing it home for the U.S. I believe that this was the first gold medal that the U.S. has won for this since, what was it, 2004 for something? And I'm sure many of you have saw all of the amazing moments that was brought to us, you know, with the Exodia and so forth, just as this competitor was challenging up the ranks for the qualifiers to showcase what they were made of. And that is what I want to see. The amount of hype that was centralized around these entire events. I didn't talk about it a lot on this channel, but this is the kind of stuff that Konami needs to get behind here in order to kind of bring that spotlight back to us. Now, with that being said, though, over here, it has been evidently data mined out of the Chinese Duel Links. All right, now you're probably like, Robbie, this is Duel Links. Like, what do we care? Having an event like this, evidently, I've only just seen the data mine for this. I don't have any like further confirmation on this. This is just what's been floating around for the last couple hours out here, that they're going to have a special event for, you know, to recapture the splendid moment for this, which means finally Konami marketing is doing something. Like, this was Konami like, the Olympics are a big thing. I mean, if you haven't been keeping up, all of the memes that came out of the Olympics, also, you know, the Turkish representative getting the silver, sparking all of this stuff in the anime community as well. I just want to like plug that in here. Like, the Olympics actually this year fueled so much creativity and so much inspiration to the world. Something that I feel like we haven't really seen before. And I think it's cool to see that the spotlight on the Olympics, like, it is such a grand scale, amazing event. And it is everything that you want to see. You know, you want to see people being inspired. You want to see people taking pride in these things. And you want to see, you know, all of this coming together and setting a tone for, you know, different levels of things. And that's amazing to see. So for Konami to already be apparently looking at this, and, you know, hey, we've got Duel Links events coming here, they're on top of this. And that's what I want to see. I want to see a return back to, dare I say, the Ambassador program. Now, for those of you that have forgot what in the world the Ambassador program was, this was something that the UK was trying to start up. And for the first time ever, a collectible and playable card inspired by the game's latest Ambassador will be added to the Yu-Gi-Oh! Trading card game, and will be actively involved in the card's development, ensuring that the ideas are represented and the final design is to be determined. Now, all right, this unique card is planned for release in a product later this year. Following this, it's also planned to be made available on the mobile and PC title Duel Links. As an ambassador, will be involved in marketing efforts for the Yu-Gi-Oh! Trading card game as it continues to grow. Now, for those of you that do remember this whole thing, some things came to light. I don't remember the exact course of details here, but the Ambassador program for this person was scrapped, and then they just kind of sidelined the Ambassador program as a whole. Like, I have not heard anything out of the Ambassador program since the whole controversy came up with this. And now you got the whole little side thing. I've already read comments from people looking at, you know, the course of things right now, and they're like, you know, it's such a shame that Konami's going to look at bringing in, you know, the gold Olympic medalist out here and being like, well, you know, Yu-Gi-Oh's dying, like, this is just a cash grab. No, Yu-Gi-Oh, with all of the recent controversies that have been crumbling down, oh no, the competitive community, people want to make a living off of the game, and Yu-Gi-Oh was never made to do that, go play Pokemon. You know, it's Yu-Gi-Oh is meant to be a hobby. It's meant to to explore these things. And the fact that Yu-Gi-Oh has, tried to do the marketing thing out here with all of these different people, or at least, I'm really, really hoping here, and I mean, I really am, that we will get a actual crossover event or something with this. I was a huge fan of the Ambassador program. I like the fact that one thing that Yu-Gi-Oh! Has tried to do throughout the years, they have tried really hard to not do collabs. I'm not saying that I want Yu-Gi-Oh! To turn into, Magic the Gathering or things like that, because you've seen, if you've lived on the internet and you've seen the worlds beyond Magic the Gathering, where, you got My Little Pony, you have Final Fantasy, you have the One Ring. By the way, the One Ring was an absolutely broken card out here. All of that, getting the chance to see those other IPs kind of come into the game, I would be cool with. I want to see what Yu-Gi-Oh! Can do, and I think that's the biggest problem that the game itself faces right now. With all of this nostalgia hype and everything, it's like, oh boy, our 19th Dark Magician retrain with, maybe a 5th Altart or something. That's why people are disappointed. We're not branching out, and Yu-Gi-Oh's not monetizing itself on the way that, you're seeing Magic the Gathering do this, where they're out here and they're pulling from these different IPs, wanting to get those fans into the game. And hopefully, with everything that we have seen out here from Noah, I'm hoping that, once again, Konami Marketing gets their button gear, goes, oh hey, the Olympics this year were a big thing. I mean, the Olympics are supposed to be a big thing all the time, but it just, once again, felt like this year's was just, all eyes were on it. The memes aside, the inspiration, the amount of people that were looking at things this year was actually inspirational. So, overall, few things here. Yu-Gi-Oh's not dying, as per usual. Fantastic marketing opportunity for Konami. I would love to see the Ambassador program come back. Konami, get your butt together. You had one hiccup with the Ambassador program. You had one. All right? Pull it back together and see what you can do. I understand that maybe it's a little bit hard to find somebody out here that likes Yu-Gi-Oh, that bonds with the brand and has a tie-in with the brand, that is going about, these other professional outlets. That would be, I think, the most challenging thing that they are facing out here and trying to, possibly scout or find out an interest. Or in the case of this, you get to see the inspiration out here with everything leading up through the Olympic qualifier rounds. And it's free marketing for Konami yet again. If somebody rolls up with just whips out an Exodia head or whips out a Blue Eyes, right after winning a race, you gotta take a moment to acknowledge that. And that's the coolest thing about all of this. So I'm really hoping that the Duel Links stuff is true here. I'm really hoping that we get an event. I really hope that we get a card to represent the entire situation. Let them actually come up with something for this. And let it be, whether or not be like a collectible thing, but I think that this could be the start of an actually cool thing for Yu-Gi-Oh! So what do you guys think? Please leave a comment down below. Tell me what you guys think. If you're like, oh, this is a terrible thing, I can't believe that Yu-Gi-Oh! Is trying to monetize off of this. It's very clear that there is a love for Yu-Gi-Oh! There from, our gold medalist. All right. It's apparent. And if they want to pursue this and enjoy it and try to help out the game for something that they love, to take that away from them is crazy. All right, you've got to appreciate the cool, fun things in this game. We out here living in the Yu-Gi-Oh sphere, we understand, things can be bad some days, but you got to remember, it's always it's a broken clock is right twice a day, right, and things will get better. So get over it. All right, it's Yu-Gi-Oh! Tomorrow's a new day. You might stub your toe and all of a sudden you're mad at that. Realistic. You guys have a good rest of your day, all right? Patrons, thank you. Duel!
Thank you so much for watching. Check out these other videos.